Hey there, everybody. It is me again, BG. I'm for a rare late evening stream. So let's get on with it while my laundry dries. Alrighty, where are we at? Alright, so I gotta go over here. Spaceport. Job board. Alright. I feel like I need to take these jump drives out and put them in my what's-its. Alright, so let's do this. She'll be able to. Alright, so five, six, seven. So, three, four, five. And then so, and so. Buy, 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 buy. Let's see. Buy, 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 and buy. Okie dokie. All right. Wowza. is. Alrighty. Well, that was fast. Alrighty, let's see how this works. He's the only one's holding on. fight them. Don't fight the Unfettered. Basically, how's it going, Ghoul Avenger? Welcome to the stream. The Wanderers on Varakasaka are overjoyed that the rescue succeeded, and many of them thank you personally, even though you feel like your role in the mission was rather minor. As the celebration continues, Telek pulls you aside and says, "We must go somewhere quiet/private and speak." He leads you into what looks like an officer's lounge and sit down at a table. Breck, who is called Iktat, was your designated contact/cultural guide/species companion. Yes, he asks. You nod, although it's unclear your translator doesn't know exactly what the word means. Rek is very sick and needs advanced/intensive medical care, he says. He desires that you be the one to transport him to the hospital/medical facility on Tikklai. You must return to Varakatrai and meet him. Okay, I'll go there immediately. Fair enough, there's a lot out there. So, 324. Actually, please give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Dryer, and it's blankets, so it takes forever to dry them. Alright, for it. More than I should. Feels a lot better since they stopped this. Death benefits, gotcha. I don't know what death benefits are, though. I've seen them talk about it, but I don't know what it is. Alright. Unpark them. Death benefits were a countermeasure to capturing ships. Basically, when you lost crew, you had to pay the family. Ooh. Well, that does sound pretty rough. Made looting outfits far, far more lucrative than trying to capture ships. Makes sense. When Rick meets you in the spaceport, he is a wanderer equivalent of a motorized wheelchair. He has lost even more of his brown and gray plumage, and nothing but thin, withered black hairs have grown in their place, like dark hairs growing from diseased skin. You are not sure if he has lost weight or the loss of feathers simply makes him appear more gaunt. I'm glad you are here, Buji, he says. Don't worry, Iktat, right? You'll make it through this. He winces when you say his name. You must not call me that anymore, because Iktat was my role name, and I can serve in that role no longer. I am now only known by my core name of Rek, or my child name, Rek Desta A Iveruk. If I survive the molt, I will become someone new, and I will receive a new role name as well. Since you only make 25% on looted outfits now. Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense. Any idea what you will become? It's impossible to know, he says. The molt can make us not just a new individual, but almost a new species with new abilities no wanderers had before him. I have some suspicions of what may be changing inside me, but I do not wish to invite ill fortune by voicing those hopes aloud. It's not until you've wheeled him halfway up the ramp to your ship that you realize something. Throughout the entire conversation, Rek was speaking to you in your native language, without using the translator. You had not realized that wanderer vocal could mimic human speech so perfectly. Rek, when did you learn to speak my language? He makes a sound halfway between a laugh and a cough and says, even as my body decayed, my mind has grown sharper. The more I listen to your box speaking to you, the more its words begin to make sense to me. He seems too tired to answer any more questions. You make sure Rek is comfortable in one of your bunk rooms, then prepare to travel to Tikklai. Alright. Spaceport. Yes. Had to install a second reactor because my reactor wasn't the White Sun reactor wasn't keeping up. Maybe I should have gone with a red. Oh well. Versus Wonder Hospital is not too different from a human one. You stand in a corner trying not to get in the way as they transfer Rec to a bed and connect into various tubes and wires. Without his feathers, he looks unbelievably fragile, almost skeletal, but the Wanderer nurse and doctors are handling him as gently as possible. Eventually you are left alone with him. For a while he seems to be just gazing off at the distance, his eyes unfocused. Then he seems to realize that you are here, and his eyes take on a new depth and alertness as he turns to you. Again speaking in your own language, he says, "Go visit the Sko-Karak system. Tell him what you find there." He shuts his eyes, falls asleep. Huh. So, actually, hold on. And then trading. 201. It's still going. Port. Trading. Alright. You enter this system with high hopes that Rec, despite his weakened state, has sensed something significant happening here since you discovered, but your sensors pick up nothing out of the ordinary. When you arrive, you can tell the locals what I'd say about something. Finally, one of them switches to the Hai language and explains to you what's going on. We have just heard that the Unfettered have stolen/captured 3 more of our worlds, he says, but do not tell Rek the news. You visit Iktat Rek and tell him that you have found nothing out of the ordinary in the Skorak system. He barely even opens his eyes as you speak to him. Go back and look again, he says. Okay, I'll go look again. So, I didn't take that job because I'm smart. Alright. 70. Those are nice freighters, I'm guessing. The lightsabers, basically. I think are you talking about the Tempest here? These ones? Let's see. Long handle looking ships. My fleet are just randomly floating around. Gotcha. I don't know. Let's take a look. I'm guessing you're talking about the heavy freighter. Wow, 47,500. 760. Yeah, they're pretty sweet. No turret mounts. Yeah. But they're expensive, man. All the Wanderer. All the Wanderer is expensive. Mission cargo. Oh, this stuff. Yeah, that's true. Literally are from the ghetto. Fair enough. What did I say earlier? They're the cheap Chinese crap. Alright. you enter the system again, do an even more detailed sensor sweep in case you miss something the first time you find nothing. Jobs. Trading. Heat. Salon. Inventory. Unpark. Job board. Alright. 98. Wait a second. Now we can land. When you enter the spaceport, the white-plumed wanderer who looks eerily similar to Rek comes out of the hospital to meet you. For a brief, confused moment, you wonder if Rek has indeed completed the molt and is now standing before you healed. Then she introduces herself as Malak Esta, Rek's mother. Rek is asleep. She says, "Do you bring good news?" "No, I found nothing." She says, "Rek's body is destroying itself, fighting/resisting the molt. Soon we must give him the drugs that will disable/eliminate his immune system and allow the new cells to finish their conquest/invasion of his body. For that treatment, he must enter seclusion/isolation to protect him from infection. But he will not go until you bring him the word/news he awaits." Go back one more time and see if anything's changed. So, 217. Yeah, there's a whole storyline about how the Wanderers follow a wormhole through space and they change. I'm guessing that's what he's looking for. Job board. this time when you enter the system, your sensors pick up some strange astronomical phenomenon out beyond the orbit of the farthest planet. A wisp of light like a gathering rain cloud. It's not a wormhole, but it's a change. Perhaps it'll be enough to give Rek hope. Oh, that thing. I don't even know where it is. And my guess is that since L doesn't work, that it's not going to do anything. Nothing over here. Board. $61, $119. You hurry into the hospital room. Rek's skin is now almost entirely bare aside from withered, stringy black feathers that have grown in place of the once rich plumage. Rek's eyes spring open when you enter the room. You have news, Rek says. I can see in your expression. What did you see? Given how hard it is to read alien facial expressions, it would be quite remarkable if Rek could actually tell anything from looking at your face. But it would not be polite to say so. Something has begun in the Sko-Korak system, a cosmological phenomenon my ship sensors did not recognize. It may be the eye beginning to open. There's some sort of cosmological phenomenon, but it's not a wormhole. I do not want to offer you false hope. It is the eye, says Rek. I am sure of it. It comes too late to save us from the great losses we have suffered, but perhaps not too late to preserve our species from destruction. So my waiting is at an end. Rek calls to one of the nurses. The hospital bed is on wheels, and they quickly detach it from various machines on the walls. As Rek's mother comes into the room and explains to you. The room of seclusion/isolation is deeper underground. They will wash/sterilize Rek's body, then wait a week to check for any residual/hidden contamination. Then begin to administer the drugs that will stop Rek's body from fighting/resisting the transformation. Even if all goes well, we will not see Rek again for a long time, and never again in this body/form. You let me know what happens regardless of the outcome. I will, she says, unless of course some great calamity/upheaval befalls us, and we are too caught up in other matters/necessities. 3 wanderer nurses come and wheel Rex's bed out of the door and into an elevator. At Rex's request, you join them. The elevator opens up to a wide and vaulted hallway lined on either side by wanderers dressed in black come to pay their last respects to Rex. It is like something out of a dream, the subterranean passage dense with stately forms of wanderer officials, the black cloaked wings and shadows contrasting with the bright linen of the hospital and the white plumage of Rex's mother as she follows the cart into the threshold of the isolation chamber. The door of the chamber snaps shut with a pneumatic hiss, and you make your way back up to the spaceport with other visitors. One of the visitors is Emeka Isai, the former governor of Verimerek. She pulls you aside and says, "You should not remain/dawdle here, human. They will have need of you at the front/battle line, and the sight of you here may be unwelcome to some of the mourners/associates of Rek who are here." In defense, why would people be angry at me after all I've done to help? Not angry at you, she says, but some say the molt is triggered/provoked by exposure to alien/foreign things. That your coming is what made Rex's body begin its change/metamorphosis too soon. She is silent for a moment, then says, "Please do not be conservatively grieved. Rek may yet live and rise to great renown as the first of a new generation/race. In any event, that is past. Go now and help us secure/obtain a future." Yay. Port. Yeah, definitely. The Unfettered are very, very dominant. Group for sure. As you're coming from landing here, you think you see a few wanderer ships of yet another unfamiliar design, even larger than Tempest. Their level of military technology has risen at an incredible rate since the Unfettered invasion began, even if it's true that they're just putting ancient ship and weapon designs back into production rather than inventing them anew. But the new technology cannot completely offset the fact that no living wanderer has any real military experience, so several of the leaders are here eager to talk with you, and you spend hours telling them stories from your recent experience in the war in human space. So Bari Telek, the military commander, is among them. Which one's he? Conversation is interrupted when sirens begin to sound the spaceport. Higher approaching, says Telek. Please join us in battle one more time. Man, that hurt. Oh yeah, they totally wrecked me. You know what I want to do? Can't park them anymore. Damn it. You can have them. Yeah, it looks like it, for sure. Hey Colin, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. I don't even know that I want to mess with that. Oh, sweet, man. It sucks that your old TV had such a calamity befall it. Oh, man. Yeah, it's late for me too, man. Normally, I would not be up this late. Oh, that's not bad. Makes sense. Yeah, I wish, man. I wish. This is like a one-time thing. The Wanderers seem incredulous that they managed to drive off such a powerful unfettered attack force. As you walk through the spaceport, many of them stop to thank you for your assistance in defending them. Just as you reach the pavilion where the military leaders are gathering, a shadow falls over you and you look up to see two ships approaching with unmistakable horned silhouettes of Pug warships. Throughout the spaceport, you hear Wanderer voices raised in excitement, and hundreds of them leap into the air to accompany the Pug ships to the landing pad. Sobari Telek says to you, it is a visitation/appearance of the Keepers. In our hour of need/desperation, they make themselves known at last. A small delegation of Pug disembarks from the ships, approaches the pavilion on foot. Let's hope that they offer you more help than they did last time I talked to them. The Pug are dangerous and unpredictable. You should not trust them. If they really cared about you, you would have intervened before so many of you died fighting the Unfettered. The Keepers are subtle/mysterious, says Telek, but always their intervention/action has been for our benefit/good. Now be silent and allow them to speak. The Pug delegation reaches the pavilion, and one of them begins speaking in a Wanderer language. You have no idea what they're saying, and they all seem to be ignoring your presence. A few of the Wanderer leaders respond. There's an awful lot of fanning of wings, flipping of tails, and preening of feathers going on. That might just be the Wanderer way of trying to make a good impression, or else they're just feeling pleased with themselves, or maybe they're nervous. It's hard to tell. The Pug finish their conversation with the Wanderers, return to their ships, and only does Sobari Telek turn to you and say, great news. They say that their two ships will patrol/remain in the system and hold off/hold at bay the High fleets. Also, he adds, preening himself, they are very pleased with us for growing/becoming so strong, and they say that we need not fight/worry about the High anymore. Fought Pug ships, there's no way the two of them can stand against the entire Unfettered war fleet. I mean, they're finally to open the wormhole for you. Maybe they'll grow stronger too, says Telek. In any case, we are safe/secure here now. We do not need your help/protection. Perhaps you should return to our capital and see if they need you there. Very well, I'll check to see if they need me on Varak. You really think that nothing can go wrong just because Pug arrived? You try to convince the Telek that the Pug may not be completely untrustworthy, but it's clear that you cannot change his mind. To the Wanderers, the Pug must have the status of gods. Speaking against them is fruitless. Eventually, you give up and agree to go visit Varak. 2009 PC monitor. Oh yeah, that makes sense. It's a good idea. Yeah, computer monitors don't really behave the same way as TVs do, that's for sure. Alrighty. Report to TV is my monitor. Can I test that? It took a lot to me to make it look decent. Oh yeah, I mean that one's meant to be TV, one's meant to be a computer monitor. People don't do a whole lot of text reading on TVs, you know. Whereas on computer monitors, basically about 90% of their job. Alright, let's see. Before losing bastions to unfettered. Alright. Trading. 21. Fair enough. This week is the last week of school. Well, I mean, it's probably being the last week of school. I'll be streaming almost every. Awesome. Yeah, it is the last day of school as well for us. And by us, I mean my kids. On my Xbox, I'm just talking to my mic rather than typing, so some of the text will be off. Hey, not that big a deal. We'll figure it out, right? Alright. Done. I got it right. Spaceport. Wow. I don't have space for. Maybe I don't have space for them. Do I not have fighter base? That's 3 fighter base. What? Did you ever get that Minecraft PC account going? Because it's not basically means that it was robbed 27 by Mojang. No, I never got it going, unfortunately. Alright, whatever. I actually play a game called Mind Test. Which is like Minecraft, but it's not Minecraft, you know. Wow. Yeah. Some parts of those. Yeah, 5 years before I got bored of it. Fair enough. A few minutes after you land at Varakatra, a sudden uproar passes through the wanderers in the spaceport. It's hard to be sure, but you think they're excited, not frightened. Ships start taking off more and more until more of them until the spaceport is almost deserted and no one who is left seems at all interested in talking with you or explaining what's going on. You're probably going to have to return to your ship and see for yourself what all the fuss is about. So, inventory, unpark, done. Shipyard. Huh. We watch frequently on Twitch because it's first stream today in 3 years and I watched it. Oh, cool. What's his name again? You might have to type it out manually. Alright. Spaceport. St. Petra 49. Oh, there you go. Alright. See where it goes. My. DQ5 is an update on the 13th. It will be more likely to be streaming all day on Thursday if we should show up. Go freeze. Don't go there, don't go there. stuff. Cool. Okay. Relatively dry planet, only cross cities were close to the poles, with temperatures more mild. It was destroyed by orbital bombardment. Other cities seem to be done by rioting and looting, leaving smashed windows and burned out buildings behind. Some of the damage is very recent. The cross was here held up for a long time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know? Cool Avenger? Doesn't seem that interesting. They're adding new tanks, a semi with a portable house as a trailer, lots of cool water vehicles. Nice. Don't have to worry about the unfettered, gotta worry about the Korath. Pretty much. Well then, a bunch of Quarg just showing up out of nowhere too. There's a certain asteroid from a crater for several dozen volcanoes on the planet's main continent, surrounding the planet with a thick layer of clouds, choking out the sunlight. The ruins of cell crash cities and geometric grids of cleared land surrounding them show that this was a farming world, but now few plants are able to survive. Kilometer-high glaciers have begun creeping down from the poles, maybe centuries before the skies clear, but this world begins to thaw. Sure, why not? A lot more Quarg activity lately. Yep. Alrighty. This guy has to recharge. See, that totally looks like a ship. Oh, that was fast. Hold on a second. about that could join me in the streams. Yeah, maybe. Guess you could do that too, right? Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Gold Avenger. Chinese summer friend on Xbox Live has a kid, his ex-girlfriend or wife is pregnant. They always disappear off Xbox Live and only see him like once a week. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much how that works out, yes. Stuff like that. Can we have a cookie? Yeah. Though you should see my kid play Kerbal Space Program. It's actually pretty impressive. If you curse by accident. Yeah. Now what? Is that it? Is that the storyline? Doesn't seem quite right. Everybody survived. So all job board. Actually, 1, 2, 3. Should be okay. 34. Buy all. Spaceport. Is Sylvania a good company? Are they the ones that made your TV? Because I basically know Sylvania as a light bulb company. All right. So home, spaceport. Yeah, I basically know them as being the heck, as a light bulb company. Thank you. I'm gonna go in lurk mode. Might hang out for a little while longer before setting to sleep, though. It's kind of funny. Call. TVs do have. Are you trying to say TVs have light bulbs in them? Sort of, yeah. No. Well, let's go over here. Yeah, nowadays mostly TVs have LED bulbs in them. Technically, they're backlights. So, all right. Well, I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, in 2009, they may that might still be a fluorescent bulb back there. It's about the time that LED technology was starting to become a thing. I don't know why it took it that long. All right. Well, I think that's going to have to be it for me. It's thick as hell. Fair enough. All right, man. You have a good one, and we'll catch you later. Have a good night. See you, everybody.